Welcome back, traders. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend, a relaxing weekend. Where is everybody? Hang on a second here. All right, so the weekly candle closing here in about a couple minutes. Nothing short of a, I wouldn't even call it a backtest candle, just kind of like, man, like maybe we got like a little bit of a bounce here, right? Hey, Petty, what's going on? Right, so we got this bounce off this previous all-time high, and we got I don't know what, like a 30% move off this low, 24%, pretty significant bounce there, right? But still in this bear flag, right? So nothing really has changed in terms of the technicals. We're still in no man's land here on the chart. Here's our range, 19K to the top here, about 22, maybe even up to possibly 24K, right? This area right here, and it looks like stochastics on the daily here are kind of looking like they're maybe topping out. So we'll see. We did get a bullish cross here on the daily, but we're still in bearish control zone on the MACD. So even if we get we even got this bullish cross here, we're starting to build this negative. We're building this positive momentum already, but this could top out on the momentum here. Pretty soon, we might see lower levels of positive momentum here, and then what could happen is we could just start developing daily bearish divergence again on the daily chart. That hasn't matured just yet, but the smaller time scales obviously are showing that already, right? The 4-hour getting this bearish cross down. And we can see that. We can see that we're starting to build this negative momentum here again on Bitcoin. And we are sitting on the 4-hour. We're sitting right around 49 in the RSI. So right around, I guess, right around the bullish control zone. All right. We'll see if we can we can just hold this level as support for now. Doesn't look too promising right this very moment. We could get one more retest, right? If we break this this demand line here, we could come back straight down to like 19K and test this again. There's nothing really stopping that. Okay, we have obviously lots of downside pressure still. We do have an argument for divergence though on the weekly chart and the 3-day chart. We were talking about that the other day. We'll see if we get some follow through price action on it. The problem is you have divergence down here at these lows, but because we're in such a downtrend, like the divergence, this could have been the divergence playing out, right? We could maybe see up to like 24. I'm actually targeting that area because if I throw on the 128 simple moving average and the 200 weekly, it's like right around that area, and it would make a lot of sense for us to just go up and test it and reject it and potentially go lower. We'll see how that ends up playing out. But the 3-day chart is still diverging, right? So, you know, we can clearly see that there's lower levels of negative momentum here coming in. But again, this could be negated with just one day of just selling, right? This could be one day or next couple of days of just selling to negate this, where we get selling pressure that comes in, create more negative momentum, and then this divergence kind of gets negated. So pay attention to that. The daily did cross up, like I said before, but the 4-hour shorter time scales are pointing down right now. So we'll see how this price action does here at the open. And it wouldn't really shock me if we came back down to test night at like 20K, or even come back down to this $19,000 area, right? And then we'll check out Tether here, because that is going to be our leading indicator for where the market's going. And it is still holding this parabola structure here. We're talking about this 3-day doji candle that we made here that did actually play out. We got like almost 9 days of downside here on Tether, which caused Bitcoin to have that nice bounce. How's it going, Slim? Angel, how's it going, man? Petty, and then we got Magic Mike. What's up, man? David, IJ Money. What's up, guys? Yeah, so Tether, we want to keep an eye on this. We still obviously are in this parabolic uptrend here. We closed a candle above this wick high on the 3-day chart. The daily also putting a bullish engulfing candle in today or yesterday. The weekly chart, yeah, I mean, we didn't take out all of the gains here, but we definitely pulled back some, right? So we'll see if this, because after white candles, we typically get a reversal, right? So, and in this case, the reversal would be, in this case, a reversal would mean that price action would be to the upside for crypto, right? Because if this goes down, then crypto assets go up. So I'm looking at a weekly chart, obviously. It's unclear as to yet what this is doing, okay? And the weekly RSI is up here at 70, okay? So it pulled back, right? We got that pullback. We got that pullback right at this fib extension as well. So, interesting. We'll see, again, we'll see how this ends up playing out through the week here. The daily, it did try to get back above this area here. We're going to see if this holds as support. If this holds as a support, then Tether looks like maybe it'll just try to rally again, or at least come up to test this neckline here where it broke down from. So 7.61 could be an area where it tests again, and obviously that would, in the short term, that would cause the market to drop. Okay, if Tether goes up, Bitcoin and other crypto assets go down, right? But we do have some 3-day bearish divergence here on Tether. Okay. Right, where we make a high and the same high on the momentum oscillator. Right, and a higher high on price with the same levels of positive momentum. But this sort of started playing out already, right? Sort of started playing out already. We haven't got a bearish cross down yet. So we could, like I said, I still think we're going to see some more upside in this market. Maybe in the next few hours we might not, but I think the next coming days, maybe a week, we'll see some more upside. To go test that $22,000 to $24,000 area. So be on the lookout for that. I think even if, like I said, even if we come back down to test, 19K and make a higher low here, we could go up to test 24K. All right. You guys have any tickers? Throw them in the chat. I'm gonna also go through the cycle repeat chart here, which is kind of saying something similar. It's saying, yeah, back test to 19.6 and then a rally, up to 26K. All right. So that's what we're looking at here in the short term here over the next couple of weeks. All right, so here's the rainbow chart. We haven't looked at this one in a while. This model is, in my opinion, still pretty good. Basically a fire sale. Okay, so keep that in mind. We might get one more retest of the low. We might even, who knows? I don't know where the bottom's gonna be, but I think we're not too far out from this bottom, or this said bottom. Okay. If we stay above 19.5 on the monthly, then we probably won't see 14K so soon, unless we start making monthly candle closures below 19.5. Okay, something to look out for. Nupal chart already entered the capitulation stage. Okay, this pink area here is the buying zone, right? We've already entered this pink zone. We're still in the pink zone, okay? That's for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, we are also in the capitulation zone already. But historically, Ethereum stays in the capitulation zone for quite some time. I mean, pretty crazy. But yeah, we are definitely in the capitulation zone. All right, so definitely take note of that. Fear and Greed Index sitting around 12. All right, coming off the low of 9 last week. All right. Let me know if you guys want to go through some tickers, or maybe you guys want to look at some traditional assets, or whatever you guys want to look at. Let me know. Shoot them in the chat. Mining equipment is also a good bottom indicator. Yeah, it could be. I mean, you're going to have people capitulating stuff now, right? I'm not saying the bottom's in by any means, but I don't think we're too far off from it, even if we have another, 30-40% downside on Bitcoin before we bottom out. It's not going to really matter long term. If you're buying here or 30% lower, obviously, right? Yeah, we can look at Matic, sure. Solana, Matic, yep. Matic made a nice recovery back up into this range. Well, let's take a look at the weekly chart. Look at that weekly bullish engulfing candle. Very strong close for the Matic lovers out there. So resistance-wise, we're targeting like that 77-cent area for Matic if we get more upside, which after you make an engulfing candle like that, I mean, that's pretty significant. Could probably go test that. But yeah, kind of reversed like in this cluster here, in this zone. So yeah, if you do get above this 70 or 80, whatever, 79-cent area, you could see up to $1.33. Why not? right? Oversold territory, or nearing oversold conditions on this asset on the weekly chart. And the fact that it's so oversold makes me think we could see another major move, or another major leg up for this asset. And so low, lower low. No weekly div here, but below 20 on the stochastic. And if we start getting above 20, could mean a major move is coming for this asset. Kind of like what I'm looking at here. Going to depend on Bitcoin, and we literally could just do one of these where we just come up and test it and reject it and then come back down and something like that. Right. ENJ. We'll take a look at it. Solana. I mean, would make a lot of sense if just it still comes up to test this $62 area, this wick high, just to test it. And if we are really in a massive bear market, then we could do something like this where we just make a head and shoulders pattern. Right? And then we break down one more time. Capitulate to like $5. That would be the measured move if that did occur. Right, another 57% move down here. Yeah, not quite. So like probably $10 or something for Solana. Sure, people think I'm crazy right now, but hey, I'm just looking at a chart. So the DXY is just a comparison against other major fiat currencies. So if the DXY is going up, it just means that it's going up versus other currencies. And if it starts to go down because, well, other currencies are raising their interest rates, inherently making their fiat stronger than the dollar, that's going to cause the DXY to drop. Could you explain why the DXY has continued to get stronger while inflation has been rising? Because when they raise interest rates, it strengthens the dollar versus other fiat currencies in the basket of currencies that are being compared to it. All right. Excuse me. ENJ, let's take a look at it. So yeah, nice reaction rally, or nice bounce right here off this wick high here from the January 2018 high, which was the bull market cycle for this asset. And let's see. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so maybe a rally up to these wicks on the weekly because of this the divergence that we do have on this asset. So we could see a move up to 90 cents maybe. That's a pretty big move, right? Maybe reject it and then do one of these, eventually bottom out. Maybe along this trend line. I don't know if it's going to take that long, but, you know. We could be bottoming out. I don't know. We could be bottoming out within the next couple months, so we'll see. XMR. Sure, let's take a look at it. Beautiful. Pivot right off the 382 fib extension. XMR looks like it can go test weekly resistance up here at 147. Why not? In the next coming days, maybe weeks. 10-8, perfect. Down sloping channel towards the bottom of the channel. But this actually does look like a massive cup pattern. You guys look at this chart. Right, this looks like a big cup, and this is a handle. I mean, maybe eventually up there, but you guys get the picture. I don't know how far we're going to capitulate, so. But yeah, if this is somewhat of a bottom and it can rally up to the top of the channel and, you know, reject it and come back to the low and maybe make a higher low here, double bottom, and then make its way on out. Something like that. Or this project is just dying, who knows? Monthly still has room to go down, right? Just crossing down and making the highest level of negative momentum it's ever seen on this chart anyway. Maybe this isn't the right chart. Let's go find another chart somewhere. Does Bitfinex have the data? Okay, yeah, Bitfinex has some data. I feel like Poloniacs might have more. There you go. 37 cents, man. Crazy. Yeah, so I mean, here you go. Like, you could, maybe just draw the range, right? So yeah, rejecting the median trend line here for now. All right. So XMR kind of just down sloping right now in this consolidation here. We could see it. We could see it test top of the channel, come back down, just maybe trade in this range for a while before maybe breaking up. Or if this asset is not going to be doing well anymore, well, it could just continue to break down, right? But it's still in an uptrend, major uptrend, long term here, right? No, I'm not really trading any futures right now. I'm mostly just spot stuff. Like we're still in this AVAX trade from 1740. So a nice close, right? The weekly bullish engulfed previous week's candle, and we might make another attempt to go test this resistance here at $22. Hi, Moon Girl. Anything else you guys want to look at? This is all you really need to pay attention to, man, is USDC dominance. There really isn't a lot of data on IMX, to be honest, but let's see if we can find a chart that's got more data. Coinbase has some data, I guess. So I mean, at minimum, you could probably trade this to the supply line, which is about a 20% move, about $1, I would say. The weekly chart, you have your first real major resistance level right here around 90, basically that dollar area, and then break that $1.15. It's all about breaking this supply line here. If you can do that, then there's lots of upside to be had. You want to confirm a bottom? Well, get above this dollar area and hold it as support. Otherwise, no bottom confirmed just yet. But yeah, I mean, oversold conditions for this asset. You would think that eventually it would come out of these oversold conditions and go all the way to overbought eventually, right? So if you're thinking long term with something here, this is probably a good place to buy long term. Does it mean there's more downside to be had? Sure, this thing can go to 40 cents. Who knows? If Bitcoin starts to drop more, yeah, all these assets will drop more. There's not enough data on this one. This is a weekly chart, so like the monthly is, there's no data on the monthly, and yeah, that's it. I can't really give you any more information. I don't really know. I don't have enough data to give you more information. But you know what to do, man. Just dollar cost average if this is a project you believe in. You know, if it goes to 40 cents, dollar cost average all the way. Got 4-day bullish divergence on the RSI. That's about as large of a time. Oh, I guess the 5-day is also available for information here. Weekly, not really showing it. Smaller time scales are showing it. So yeah, that could catalyze a move to $1.50. Why not? Ethereum Classic on a major support level here as well. Yeah, there are people still running STAR for sure. So ETH here. See how she does this week. We didn't make a lower low on any wicks last week. In fact, we rallied out about 40, almost 44% from this wick low. Okay, pretty significant bounce there, right at the previous all-time high. Man, you guys are awfully quiet tonight. I guess not too much happening in this market, right? It's kind of boring. But here you go, man. I mean, ETH oversold territory here on the weekly chart. Hasn't seen oversold territories like this since December of 2018, which was a previous market cycle bottom. Okay. Very interesting. Not saying this is the bottom, but man, wouldn't it be weird if it was pretty close to the bottom? It makes sense that we're pretty close to a bottom. Not saying this is the bottom, but we could get a rally off this low, make a lower high on the RSI, make a lower low, make a lower high on price as well. And we could come down one more time for a lower low on price with the same low on the RSI for a confirmation bottom. Node loves a wedge. I sure do. Nope. Everything on this channel is for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research. You guys know that. Well, I think we might find out what Tether might do this week if we break this parabola structure or not. USDC has ways away from the parabola here as well. I wanted to also go through what's happening on the S&P since you guys aren't really asking too much, but we did go up to gap fill here on the 3-day, and we are closing above this this resistance area here. It might be reclaimed as support. We'll see. Okay. So the weekly on the S&P, I was looking at this the other day, man. We are showing signs of a double bottom or a bullish divergence on the SPX. Okay. Interesting. We haven't shown bullish divergence on the S&P on the weekly chart in a very long time. Probably since this low here, January of 2016, and maybe back here we had some 2015. And I guess here as well, 2018. But yeah, not too often are we getting a low and the exact same low, if not right on cue on the weekly chart. I mean, I don't know if this is a bottom, but it's certainly going to probably result in some major price action for the S&P. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out. You might reject and come down a little bit lower. Interesting where we're getting this pivot right off the median trend line there off that channel. There was some coin that I was looking at on Coinbase that was mentioned to me. It's called Koval. And I mean, this is a low cap coin, but if we are putting in some sort of reversal down here, this could do some big movements. Yeah, 3.6 cents. Easily achievable if we get a rally. This market. Let me readjust this and see. Yeah, well, at least to the top of the channel anyway, about 1.6 cents. And if you break the channel, yeah. All right. We gave a dot trade a while back already. Dot maybe to about that 1260 area on the weekly. And maybe up to your first take profit like $10. Again, we're starting to show some nice divergence here on dot. Right? FTM also, I mean, I think it could test up as high as 95 maybe. Sounds insane, but why not? Why not? Let me make a head and shoulders pattern or something. And then just come back down to test the neckline. Yeah, they're all gonna rip right now, right? So we're getting this movement down on Tether right now. See how this support level holds. All right. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, if Tether starts to break back above this area, it could go to that 7.61%, and the market can pull back from there if that happens. So I would, yeah, and we are showing some bullish divergence here on the 4-hour for Tether, right? This low and higher low on the RSI, and this low, and this was a lower low on price, or a lower low on dominance rather. So we could see some movements down over the next few hours once this divergence plays out. And unfortunately, you get bullish divergence on Tether right now. That means like we're going to see some downside, most likely, over the coming next 4 hours after this divergence plays out. So just be careful if you're trading, if you're scalping longs or something right now, because yeah, we are at a 15-minute resistance. But we're in between a support and resistance level here, so I would almost not even look to take a trade right now until we're at a clear level of support or a clear level of resistance, and there's a nice range to trade. For right now, we're in the middle of these two zones, so I'm just going to be sitting on the sidelines right now myself. All right, guys. Let me know if you guys have anything else here tonight. All right, well, if you guys don't have any other tickets for me tonight, thank you guys so much for joining. Appreciate you guys tuning into the stream tonight. Hopefully it was helpful. Gaming will lead the next few months. Yeah. Maybe look at Gala token then. This one has some room to run to the supply line, right? And we could see this run to 12 cents, right? All right, yeah, thank you guys for joining. You all have a wonderful week, and we'll be in contact in the Discord if you guys are part of the community already, right? If you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already, and catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much.